MicroStrategy has followers, obviously, as analysts. We call them analysts on Wall Street. I don't follow too many analysts, but then a lot of analysts, like to jump on the bandwagon. And they're sell-side analysts, right? All the people that come on CNBC, basically, they go talk their book. Well, I mean, I would do that too. I'm not against it. I mean, I wish it was more balanced on CNBC, right? But there's one thing on CNBC that you guys can follow religiously, okay? You guys know who Jim Cramer is? Okay. So Jim Cramer has blocked me on Twitter. I don't know why. I probably said something that pissed him off, which is my badge of honor. Thank you, Mr. Cramer. I appreciate it. He blocked me. And I'm like, okay, cool. But if you do everything that Jim Cramer says, but do the opposite, you will be fine. You will do better than Nancy Pelosi. Okay? No joke. This is on Twitter. 4 days ago, 4 days ago, he tweeted saying that he's visiting California. Hope there are no fires in California when he's there. Holy shit. The whole city is burning down. Even to that this guy is like, I don't know. I mean, he's an opposite magnet, man. So if he says buy something, short it. If he says sell something, buy it. You will do great. But anyway, so there's this analyst that put out targets on MicroStrategy, and his target is $650. Okay, he's the top 3 analyst, 5-star analyst on Wall Street, right? And he believes in what Michael Saylor is doing, unlike some other people like Peter Schiff, and he says Bitcoin is going to go to 0 and MicroStrategy is a Ponzi or whatever. Look, there's many opinions about this, but Benchmark's Mark Palmer, an analyst ranked in the top 3% of Wall Street stock experts, he says, we believe MicroStrategy's plan to tap the perpetual preferred market underscores the shareholder value it has been creating through its treasury operations. I agree, which helps to justify. This is another tool now for other institutions to come, give money to participate indirectly participate in the Bitcoin market through MicroStrategy's offerings. Since MicroStrategy's preferred stock would be perpetual, it would have no set maturity dates or lump sum principal repayments, such as Palmer goes to add. The securities, in essence, would offer preferred investors, which they only can invest in preferred shares, a unique proposition, an embedded indefinite call option on a company whose value is based almost entirely on a highly volatile cryptocurrency. To this end, Palmer rates MicroStrategy shares a buy, along with a street high of 650 price target. It's a double from here. So I'm like, okay. So there are a lot of analysts who are doing this, who are putting all these targets on. I did, quick calculation here, okay? Bitcoin 100,000, MicroStrategy 330, with an MNAV of about 1.6, 1.7. It used to be at 3.5. Should it have that kind of premium over its Bitcoin holdings? Because its Bitcoin holdings are only 45 billion. Companies valued at 70 billion, 73 billion. Why should there be that kind of premium, right? Well, that's the premium that people are paying to play. However, MicroStrategy as an existing entity does have software. They're in different businesses, okay? It's legacy software. It's not a Google, it's not a Microsoft, obviously, but, they do have some sales. But so if that MNAV gets down to 1.5, you should buy MicroStrategy and all its ETFs. If it gets up to 2.5, you need to be really careful with it. So at the peak, when Bitcoin last time was at cracking through 100,000, MicroStrategy was $540 a share. Now we're 330. And I did a really cool video. Go watch it. There is no free meals on Wall Street. I figured it out, and so did every other hedge fund on the planet. Short MicroStrategy, buy Bitcoin, because that MNAV is going to shrink, and they certainly shrunk that value. Now we're 1.6-ish, 1.7-ish, which is about fair. I think 1.5 is a buy, 2.05 is a sell on all the proxies and of Bitcoin. So 100,000 Bitcoin 45 billion Bitcoin treasury holdings. Okay, all right, 200,000 Bitcoin. This is again Bitcoin under the assumption that it's going to go higher. Okay, 200,000 Bitcoin under the assumption that MicroStrategy doesn't buy one more Bitcoin, which we know they will. But let's say with today's pricing, 450,000 Bitcoin at 200,000 is 90 billion. Put a 1.7x on it. Okay, what is that? That's about 140, 160, 145, 150 billion. Well, they have 230 million shares. Divide that by 230 million shares outstanding at the moment. What's that? That's $700, right? So you guys got to think that 650 target is coming from somewhere. Bitcoin goes to 500,000. Bitcoin goes to 1 million. Michael Saylor thinks Bitcoin is going to 10 million a pop. I'm like, I don't know. Not in my lifetime, probably, but it could be. I don't know. My point is, do not trade Bitcoin. Trade MicroStrategy and its surrogates. You will be fine.